What up, everybody? About to go into the gym, but I thought I'd talk about body image for a second. Just because I think it's so different for everybody, and I actually am not the most qualified person to talk about this, and I was a little bit hesitant, but I think this channel's about taking risks and talking about things that I'm not 100% certain on with everything, right? But so many people close to me, and at times, including myself, have struggled with body image, right? And there's this ideal like thing or idea in people's head of what we consider to be good, and then there's this thing that we consider to be bad, right? And I think what leads to that, and I was having this conversation yesterday, is social media I think harms body image. And I do agree with that, because I think a lot of people are editing their photos, right? So it's not even a natural representation of, and then people compare themselves to that, right? So you go on social media, you scroll Instagram, and you might see somebody whose skin just looks flawless. I mean, look at me, bro. Like, it's not always good, dude. Right? And you know, uh and then you go and look in the mirror, and you might see, oh, I'm actually like a human being. And it's not a fair representation of what is, normal. And uh and I think that leads a lot of people into a self-destructive way, including myself, right? Like, for me personally, I'd say the things that I'm like a little bit self-conscious about in growing up was my ears. Like, I was super insecure. I was about to get a surgery when I was younger. I went to a doctor about pinning back my ears more. Now I love it, because I've just learned that that's me. And I think part of it is just embracing who you are. I also am not the tallest human being. I'm 5'8", maybe 5'9". I want to believe I'm 5'9", but that's pretty short. You look up the average height, and it's 5'9" for a man. And I really haven't grown that much since I was in sixth grade, and that's like a little bit embarrassing sometimes. I wish I was taller. I wish I could dunk a basketball. And like, that's real though. Like, I really mean that. And sometimes I'll see other people in the gym that I'm about to go to, and they're all shredded, and then I look at my body and I feel like I'm tiny. And it leads me to believe that what I have at this moment isn't enough. And sometimes, I'm putting this out there because it's easier to tell somebody else, no, what you have is enough, because sometimes you can't see it from your own perspective that you're actually enough. And I think social media, like I said, is really harmful to that, because it's not a fair or real representation of what is out there, right? If everyone's editing their photos, and then you're looking in the mirror and it's not edited, and there's no filters or, edits or anything, you know, it's not going to be the same, and you can't expect that. But some people don't realize that a lot of the content they're consuming has been edited. The covers of magazines are all edited. They spend hours. Professional editors are going in and smoothing out the skin. They're opening the eyes. They're making the lips look bigger. You know, and I think we've kind of gotten in the way of just natural. And I think that's a huge part of it. I think another thing is like, I've had people very close to me that have struggled more than I have with, like, for me, I'll be honest, like, I'm like, damn, I wish I was taller. Damn, I wish my ears, I don't anymore, but with the ear thing, but I used to wish, damn, my ears are so big and they poke out so much. And damn, I have such small hands, right? Um, and then you kind of just go about life, and you're like, no, I'm actually good. Like, I have things to provide in other areas that maybe somebody who's been blessed with being tall in the hands and good ears might not have. And everybody, I think it balances out in every different way. We're all different, and we're supposed to be. And I think that's like a huge thing about self-love, is you got to learn to love yourself. All you got is you. And it's cool when you love yourself. You're like, yeah. Yesterday somebody looked at me and said, I was wearing these uh what was it? It was Converse, and they had like a bit of a platform on them, right? So they give me like extra 2 inches, and they were like, "Damn, you're really that short?" And I was like, "Yup." And I wasn't triggered, or I didn't go into this self-deprecating thought process. I kind of just said, "Yeah, yeah," and I just laughed about it. Like, you learn to like kind of just you know, you learn yourself so much, you get so comfortable with it, and you realize it's not a big deal. You know, if sometimes you just gotta learn through that. And I know at times it feels awful, right? But you learn to just be like, that's me. I'm gonna be me forever. I gotta learn to love me, or else it's gonna be an unfulfilled life. And I do agree though that there are things sometimes that people really struggle with real things. I'm talking about, this is more just like broad body image in my experience. I am not qualified to speak about this in terms of other people, right? Because I know people that struggle with a ton of different things relating to body image, and I have a lot of compassion for those people. But personally, from my perspective, I'm not qualified, and I haven't experienced it to that extreme where I can actually talk about those things. But what I would say is, you're beautiful the way you are. And I think overall, I don't know the cure for some of these body image things, or a lot of them, or any of them maybe. Um, but what has helped me is just being able to say, the more that you accept and love yourself and treat yourself and your body with kindness, and you find the perfection in the imperfection, the the better life and the more manageable life will be. And the more you give yourself um you give yourself you allow yourself to feel the way you're feeling, it makes things a little bit more manageable. The more you judge yourself for the way you're feeling, the harder it will be. And so that's something that's just a general rule, I believe, is treat yourself with kindness. Treat yourself like a best friend would treat you. How would you want your dream best friend to treat you? Do it to yourself. And hopefully this video can help. I'm about to go get a workout. Wanted to talk about this. And yeah, we're almost at 2,000 subscribers. That's super cool. Daily videos. I'll see you tomorrow.